friends, it's Becky here and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new video. So today is my birthday and I'm very excited because today my birthday falls on Tuesday, which is Tag Tuesday, yay! And you know how much I love doing tag videos, and I realized a couple days ago that there is actually tag created specifically for someone's birthday, which is great, and I am about to do this very soon, but unfortunately I do not know who created this tag originally because I could not find it. So if there is anyone who knows, please let me know in the comments and I will just add it to the description later on. But without further ado, I will just jump to the questions because I also have my cake ready here for me and I cannot wait. So the question number 1 says, birthday cake, a book with a plot that seems cliché but you adored it anyway. And here I must say that when it comes to buying, for example, new books, but when I read the synopsis of the book and it sounds somehow cliché to me, I just don't tend to buy the book because I know that I will cringe, and I really do not like some cliché moments in a book that really makes me feel awkward. So in general, I do not buy new books, for example, but then when I think about my previous reads, for example, I would say maybe Twilight, which is something I read in primary school, so many years ago, and I must say that I think became a little bit cliché theme in general with vampires and all these things. But other than this, which I don't mean in the bad way, obviously I love it when I was reading it in the primary school, but it's been a couple of years since I read it. But other than that, when it comes to reading current new books, if I feel that might be a little cliché, I just don't buy it. Okay, question number 2, party guests, your most anticipated book release for this year. And here I actually have 2 books, even though I do not follow new releases very much, but I heard about this book and I really love them. And the first one is called The Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and it's a story, it's a fantasy book, and it's a story about a young girl who was growing up in the moon. Yes, and her mother was there in exile because she stole some elixir for immortality. So immediately it sounded amazing to me. It should be fantasy with magic and spells, so I'm very interested in this one. And then the second book is called The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, and it's a young adult fantasy, so I think I'm slowly making my way to fantasy, but it's based on a Korean legend, and I'm very interested in this one because I feel that this specific legend has its own variation in every country. And for example, here in the story, it's about the one girl who is sent by the whole village to be sacrificed for some god, and in this case it's the god of the sea. And I think that every country has its own version of this legend, so there are young girls who are sacrificed to different monsters and creatures and gods in order to have the whole village protected. And I'm very interested in this one because I never read anything that would be set around Korea at all, and this sounds very interesting to me. And also these 2 books has absolutely gorgeous covers. I mean, I love them very much, so I would love to get these 2 books. Okay, question number 3 is birthday presents, a book that surprised you with how much you loved it. And here I'm gonna say Pillow Thoughts, which is a book I've been praising for the past couple months, and it's a collection of poetry actually by Courtney Peppernell, and it was really a surprise for me because I do not read poetry at all, but after this I would love to explore it a little bit more. But it's a book which I found in my sister's bookshelf and I was like, oh, I'm gonna give it a go and just read it very briefly. I wept throughout the whole book, and immediately after I finished the first book I decided to order the whole collection. And I absolutely love it. It's a book about love and different forms of love and different stages of love, and it really made me cry a lot, but in the same time it was absolutely beautiful. So highly recommend you to give this a go if you like poetry, maybe you would like to explore new poetry, because I mean it's brilliant. Okie doke, question number 4, happy birthday song, a book that certainly deserved all the hype it got. And I'm gonna here say Empire of the Vampire because it's the book that, especially towards the end of last year, it was very popular and people, especially on BookTube, were really praising the book. And I absolutely love it as well. It's a fantasy book about vampires, and oh my gosh, loved it. Happy Music, a book with some very beautiful and truly memorable quotes. And you know how much I love keeping track of the quotes from the books. I have the whole spread in my journal dedicated to different quotes, but I would say that 2 books actually comes to my mind, at least from those which I read from last year, and that would be The Highland Witch and also The Little Paris Bookshop. Those are 2 books which took the most space when it comes to my quote spread in my reading journal. Absolutely beautiful stories, absolutely beautiful books, and so many wonderful quotes. Question number 6, getting older. I am. A book that you read a long time ago, but you think you would appreciate more if you read it as more mature reader. And here I was actually chatting with AJ from AJ Dan Reads and Writes. Highly recommend the channel, absolutely amazing. And I very briefly mentioned in the comments that there is a book called Great Gatsby, which I would like to reread, because I read this book when I was very young, and I think that I don't know for sure, but I think that there are things which I would appreciate more, or maybe I would look at those differently reading it now. So probably Great Gatsby. Okay, and here is the last question called Sweet Birthday Memories, a book that kept you incredibly happy during a sad or demanding period of your life. And usually I would say children's books in general, which my parents used to read to me and to my sister, for example, but specifically the one that comes to my mind would be Sarah's Scribbles, the collection of her comic books, because I remember one moment specifically in last year, well actually now it's gonna be 2 years ago, in October 2020, I did not have the best time period of my life at that time, and I remember reading this book and I was just crying because of laughing, which was nice change at that time. And it's really wonderful, and I always remember this book. I actually mentioned this in my wrap-up video. Wonderful collection of comic books that really make me happy. It's about one girl who is basically becoming an adult and every struggle she needs to go through, especially as being introvert as well. So absolutely lovely, and highly recommend you to check it out as well, because I was laughing so much. Right, and those were all the questions. So, I hope you're all having a wonderful time. Please let me know what are you reading currently, and maybe something about your birthday. You can either tell me when is your birthday or what is the way you like to celebrate. Because for example for me, since my birthday usually falls to some day during the week, we don't celebrate very much on that specific day. But then later on in the weekend, for example on Saturday, we have like family gathering with my grandparents and everyone. So that's something we're gonna have this Saturday probably as well. And I'm very excited about it. But other than that, we don't have any sort of specific traditions, but I would love to know if there are maybe some birthday traditions you have in your family, or what is the way you celebrate, if you bake cake or anything you do, or you can at least let me know what are you currently reading, because I would love to have a little chat with you in the comments as well. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and now I'm gonna eat this cake because my granny baked that and I cannot wait any longer because it's amazing. And I hope you're having a lovely time. Thank you very much for being here with me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you with another video very soon. Take care, bye!